That I said, I want to do something more adventurous, something more creative. And I started experimenting with lines, with acrylic, and that's when Sketchism came about. And I said, okay, let me explore it more. And I always wanted to, celebrate our superstars, our Nigerian, youth that are pushing Nigeria to the wall, that are, pushing positivity out of Nigeria. And these are the musicians, these are the athletes, the sports people. They're the ones really pushing Nigeria and, making giving Nigeria a good name. Yeah, sketchism is just sketch, is drawing without detail, just fast drawing. You're trying to express yourself in a fast way without too much details and too much, you know, story. But sketchism is just, as you can see, no much details, just lines and, lines and splashes and colors dripping. So that's the idea behind sketchism. This is actually celebrating the Nigerian footballers, the Super Eagles, which I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of all these guys. And I use my style, sketchism, to, compose it, without much details, but giving a story, the write-ups, I'm trying to explain everything. Yeah. So this is Wilfred Ndidi. You know Wilfred Ndidi? This is Wilfred Ndidi. This is Alex Iwobi. This is Victor Osimhen. This is Joe Aribo. This is Kelechi Iheanacho. And this is Moses Simon. I try to put, animals beside my figures to show their spirit or their character. Like Victor Osimhen is very fast. So I try to represent his speed with a cheetah. Cheetah is the fastest animal in the world. Okay, this is a fox. It is the sign or the logo of Leicester City. They are called the Foxes. So I try to, compose a fox around them. Yeah. When I was painting with oil color, it took me about 2 months to finish a painting. But with sketchism, with acrylic, I use acrylic. These are acrylic. I use acrylic to draw my figures and my works. And it takes me about 1 to 2 weeks to finish, a work like this. Work like this takes me like 3 weeks to finish. So, yeah, it's fast. It's faster than oil painting, because oil painting, you have to wait for it to dry and you apply layer after layer after layer after layer, and it takes a lot of time. But acrylic, it dries under 10-15 minutes. You can put another layer and go. That's all.
So far, I've known Mr. Steve for like a few, but he's very good. There was a cup he did about me, and then it looked really lovely. One thing I observe with sketchism is the fact that you can actually do a lot in one picture. You can paint so many things, and each picture stands out. Nothing is obstructing the other thing. You see the animals, the humans, the art, everything is just out. You can read all the details. So I think sketchism is a really good idea, and it's actually quite impressive with everything he has going on here.
This is Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian nightmare. He's a UFC, former champion. They just defeated him. But I did this while he was still a champion. You can see him with his belts. So I use my sketchism style, strokes, hatching, and splashes. Yeah. And this is his daughter. I try to place her. I saw the picture on Instagram, and I really liked it. She was sleeping with his belt. This is belt, and she was, sleeping with it. And I try to also put the eyes of a lion. Kamaru Usman is a very strong UFC fighter, former champion. They just defeated him, but he'll still regain his belts back. Yeah. This is Anthony Joshua. Just like Kamaru Usman, he also lost his belt, recently. And these are all his belts, his former belts. But I still believe he's going to regain his belts back. And I try to put the animals beside him. The panther. They are known for their strength, their agility and all. So this is me portraying Kamaru Usman in his full strength. This is actually my first sketchism piece. it was from this piece that I went on to explore other, after ethnolucent, after oil color painting, I decided to experiment with acrylic because oil color takes time, and I wanted something that would take little time. And acrylic, I use acrylic and I like it. I liked it and I enjoyed it. Then I decided to use it on all my works. And you can see he's the Greek freak. I try to put his nickname and also all the titles, the accolades he has won, the NBA championship and all that. But this is more colorful than all this because I was experimenting. It was the first work. So after this, I went on to create these other works.
So what you're seeing here is the sports icons. So you get into the space, you find the music icons and other symbolisms with regards to Sketchism as a new dimension to Stephen Binos' work. You actually see the cup. You actually see a kind of the chalice, the kind of a drinking goblets. Yes. And then you see the interwoven lines and the text. These are things that replicate themselves in all his works. You are definitely going to see written text. You're definitely going to see lines and interwoven lines. It tells you the intricacies of nature. It tells you how interwoven certain things can be in life, as simple yet complicated. And if you look, you see the cub, the lion cubs. Now, this is significant in the sense that it tells nothing but the pride, the pride of a nation, the pride of Africa. And it reminds us to be proud of where we're coming from. No matter how far we've gone in life, it tells us we always have a base. If you take time to read through the text embedded in this image, you find the concrete jungle, you find the star boy, you find Sulerele, you find a whole lot of things that has to do with the person of Wizkid. And I think Wizkid has been so helpful to a lot of young artists coming up in Nigeria presently. If you've ever been to an artist studio and see an artist work, some people say artists are very dirty and careless people, but that's not true. This piece is actually a piece from the covering of the floor while he paints this whole work you're seeing. Yes.
He decided to use it.
Yeah. He didn't just paint, and this is actually a carton work. Yeah, he used it as the floor while he paints. And then while you're painting, it brings out whatever flows on the wall. So
This is Thames. She's a popular Nigerian artist, singer. She's very talented, and this is me, trying to celebrate her. I try to place a butterfly beside her, I'm trying to capture her spirit. She's gentle and she's beautiful. So the butterfly represents, her character, her nature. And also, these are the places that she has conquered. This is London. This is the London Eye. This is London Bridge. This is Canadian Tower. So I try to place the places she has ventured into and conquered. And also, this is Nigeria. This is Zuma Rock. This is Nigerian, which is still, making her way and also conquering this country. So this is me trying to celebrate Thames, and I wrote down her songs, her songs, her albums, and in my Sketchism style. So this is me celebrating Thames, the artist. If you check very well, you're going to see that this works on glass. The works on glass, they're different from the rest because they are older works. They are more detailed, which is different from this, brief Sketchism style that I did. But I try to also put my patterns, the Sketchism patterns, the Sketchism style, to update it. And this is an image I got from Instagram. And I try to, give my Sketchism touch onto it. This is an ape, and the ape is smoking. Then I wrote, no smoking. So this is me also preaching against bad habit. This work is titled Sharks and Piranhas. As you can see, I have sharks here. Sharks and piranhas. And this is Burna Boy. And Burna Boy with controversies and haters. So these are like the haters coming for him, but he's unfazed. He's standing tall. And these are all the places he has conquered, and he's still conquering. You can see me, this is a Greek crown, but I place the crown on Burna Boy's head. He's the king of music for now. That's my take. Yeah. This is Davido. As you can see, he's another king. You can see him chilling with lions and all that. He's a king. And I try to place the lion. It represents Davido's character, which, I try to portray. And you can see me write all his songs, his catalogs, and all his, albums. And this is my prediction. Maybe in the next 1 or 2 years, he's going to get a Grammy because he's a king also.
This actually is the first, I wouldn't say the first. He had a group exhibition with the National Gallery of Art doing his NYSC. That was privileged to have encouraged then. I think it was 2011, And it's a far cry from how he started out. I'm privileged to have attended the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University as well. He attended Ahmadu Bello University, and most of the kind of work we do there is recognizable. What we see today is a far cry from what he actually studied and what he believes in. He has moved away to mostly unfinished, sketchy kind of. I guess that's why I called it Sketchism, because it's a sketch towards the final product, but he stops midway to make his sketches actually the final product. So it's playful, it's fun, it's him being free of not being constrained about what we think art should be. So I guess the direction he's following is something that he would enjoy for a long time. I always tell people that artists should enjoy themselves doing the work. It is the process to the work that actually is interesting, not the final products. So you will look at it that he is not actually coming out to sell per se, but coming out to show us the direction he wants to follow. So I salute him for that, because he's someone that is true to his nature and true to his art.
Okay, first I've seen a lot of works here, and there is Sketchism, which is actually the theme for the exhibition here. But one other thing that I have seen is like him reliving or bringing to life, again, those very iconic figures that we see every day that try to keep the country as one. And they come from all sides of the nation doing so many beautiful things, amazing areas, especially into the sports and entertainment. But what he has given is a representation of those same ideas, but now pushing further for you to understand that, especially say the representations of when you see like the panther, the Black Panther over a superimposed human, like on the sketching of Adesanya. You see he more than projects the image. He lets you see deeply also into what is rooted in Africa, as in the Africanism in what he's doing. He's not just celebrating blackness. He's celebrating what is called, say, milestones that Nigerians have been doing in so many areas, and we seem not to see. So he's brought everything into one fold, so everyone is able to see and to understand that inside this nation, Nigeria, there's a lot of heavy impact that Nigerians are creating every day, from the music, the art, performances, sports, everywhere. That is what Sketchism is doing today.
How does it feel to have somebody like that? He is my son, and I followed him since he was a child. He had shown interest in sketching and drawing, and in secondary school he read, one of his subjects was fine arts, and he went to university and read fine arts in ABU, and then he went and did masters in creative arts. So living with him, seeing him, is like living with an artist all the time, because we see his works. If you go to our house, all over the place, his paintings. If you go to my office, you see a number of his paintings in my office. So one is encouraged by what he's doing, and as you remember, last year he conducted another exhibition, and one can see that this year he has improved on what he did last year, and it is a thing of joy for me. Well, my advice is for parents to encourage their children to follow their hearts, to follow and do what they love. Like I said, growing up, he showed a flair for art, for drawing, for creativity. So we did not try to push him into any direction. We just allowed him to follow what his interest is. And he has grown in that, and he has developed himself in that, and it is showing today. So my advice to parents is not to force their children into courses or professions that they don't like. Allow them to do what they really love doing. Because if you do what you love doing, then you would make it. So really, that's my advice to parents.
Sketchism is a style that I'm experimenting. I'm still experimenting with. Last year, it was ethno-lucent. It was proper traditional oil painting, details and all that. But this time around, I said, okay, no, I want to try something else. I want to experiment. I want to branch out. I want to, create something. And I decided to take Nigerian youth, Nigerian celebrities, the athletes, the entertainers. I said, let me use them because I'm a big fan of their work. They're really pushing Nigeria to the wall in a good way. The world is now, they're celebrating Nigeria because of these young, talented artists. So this is me using my Sketchism style, trying to celebrate them. Yeah. And Sketchism is all about lines. It's all about, hatching. It's all about trying to pass your idea across very fast without details. Just like I said, I used to paint with oil. It takes a lot of time to complete. But this one, I enjoy the process. It dries very fast. Acrylic dries very fast, and I get to add layers upon layers and create very, very fast and very free. Art is growing. It's growing, little by little, day by day, year by year. The appreciation of art is growing, and people are becoming aware. But the level of poverty will determine how people appreciate and patronize art. So as Nigeria becomes, how should I put it now? As we grow and the economy boom, that's how the middle class and the people buy art, and the government, on the part of the government, they're doing their best, but they still can do better. They can still promote art in the institutions. They can, invest more in art, because now art is the industry is very big. It's becoming, very, 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 very big. And if the government can really push, with the NFTs and, everything is, art is going to become, one of the major earners. I'm not aware of any grants or loans, but the private sector, they're the ones really pushing, the competitions, big competition, life in Nigeria, they're the ones pushing, but the government have not really, had anything. But I think National Gallery of Art, they organize exhibitions and competitions also. So, but they can also, do better and do more. Yeah.